Coming up? Really
well, I mean, I guess it's. I guess I have no choice. I better like it, and obviously wish we were playing next week. I think we're got a little bit of a roll going right now, but gives us a chance to kind of get some guys healthy, fully healthy, but the cards were dealt. I think they got an open week as well, so you move on.
The tone of the day was the freshmen, getting them out there, getting them touches. Talk about what you saw out of Gallman, Choice, Scott, all those guys.
That was obviously one of the things that we wanted to do all week long is involve these guys a little bit more, and we saw last week, that some of them were ready for the big stage. Some of them, the stage wasn't too big for them, and so it was a great opportunity to get those guys involved, and that was kind of the game plan coming in.
Everybody's talking about the quarterbacks, but obviously you're in a good situation because you got two guys that are clearly pushing each other.
Well, I thought they both did a good job. I'm excited about both of them. Obviously you got great competition going on, and Cole's our starter, but that's a pleasure to have right now, and definitely, we obviously know that where Deshaun is, and he is the future down the road in years to come. But excited about Cole as well.
Talk about the atmosphere, how it kind of changed when Deshaun came in, though. And is this kind of the setup you're going to use down in Tallahassee?
Well, I mean, I don't know so much about this. We hadn't quite got a game plan together on that, but I think he did a good job when he came in. I think he let us down on his first drive was a touchdown drive. Did a good job coming in, making some adjustments, and making a couple of reads and creating some third downs, and picking up some first downs with his legs. So it was good to see. Obviously, he's a young guy that's coming along, and I think we all saw last week that the moment's not too big for him.
Is there something to it? Was SC State? Don't read too much into it.
Well, I mean, I think number one, it's execution, regardless of who you play, is one thing. And I thought we came out and executed well, and that was the focus all week long. We were really, obviously, we were so focused more about ourselves and trying to improve from the mistakes that we made last week and come out and execute. And, last year they had the #1 defense in the country in their division. And so we knew they had most of those guys back. And so we had to come out and execute. I told our guys all week long that it took us 3 drives last year to score a touchdown. And I didn't think we played very well last year, coming off of a win against Georgia. And so that was the challenge this week. This was a tough week. It was a challenging week, and it should have been, and for everybody. And it was good to see these guys respond, and we knew they would. We knew they would respond. It was good to see.
How much do we read into the number of carries for the running backs with Choice and Gallman getting most? Is that a precursor of what we might see, or do you go back to Howard and Davidson maybe at Florida State, or still too early to tell?
Well, I think they all did a good job. Very pleased with Wayne Gallman and very pleased with Adam Choice. Very pleased.
Did Deshaun?
He did a good job, and I think that but obviously you got DJ Howard as a senior, and CJ has been here. He's a veteran, but those two young guys are definitely they grab your attention pretty quick.
Did Deshaun take another step forward today in his progress?
I think so. I do. I think so. I think he. He's obviously we know he's a very good player and knows the system. Was very very well coached in high school, and I think that really shows right now with these guys. And he's just he's a patient guy and understands. But Cole's doing a good job. Let us down on the opening drive, and I know there's a few throws he wish he had back, but I do think that Deshaun continues to take steps forward, and so does Cole.
Are you about ready to cut him loose, maybe?
Well, I mean, I think you see as Cole, Cole and him. I think we've got a pretty good plan. Coach Sweeney and I have talked to him extensively about the plan of bringing Deshaun along, and Cole as well. And so we're pleased with where we are right now, and I think it'll we'll continue with our plan.
The fact that you were able to get a lot of your playmakers involved in this game more than you were able to do the other day, does that help you then to have the kind of confidence you need to thrust them out there in a game in Tallahassee?
Well, it absolutely is. To answer your question, yes. We knew last week, though, the moment wasn't too big for guys like Deshaun Watson, Artavis Scott, Damari Kitt. We saw that with Wayne Gallman a little bit. And we really didn't know at that point because it was such a late decision on playing Adam Choice this year because of Zach Brooks. We just didn't feel a week ago he was quite ready for that moment just yet. And so we wanted to turn those guys loose a little bit more this week and kind of bring them along because we know with our conference schedule starting right now, it's obviously we got a tough road ahead of us. A chance to play the #1 team in the country at their place, and we got a work cut out for us. But we feel very confident in these freshman guys, and we got to help us out. We're excited about them.
Chad, is it fair to say this offense looks better with Deshaun running?
Well, I don't think that's fair right now. I don't. I think Cole is obviously executing and doing some things. Obviously, he wish he had had a few throws back, but doing some good things. I mean, he threw for over 300 yards today, but Deshaun's doing some really good things as well, and being able to make some plays with his feet. But again, I'm pleased with both of these guys right now.
After these first 2 games, you guys have had a tough road environment. You guys obviously have played well at home. Did they draw on that environment a week ago going forward, looking at Florida State?
Well, I think the approach that we take, especially from an offensive standpoint, is continue to challenge our guys. And like I mentioned earlier, it was a tough week, and it should have been a tough week. And we strained them pretty hard, and that's not going to stop. We got to continue to grow up and mature. And we knew we had some veteran guys, but veteran guys without experience. And I think that really showed last week from the offensive side of the ball. And so our challenge was to make sure that there wasn't any lifetime contracts. Nobody signed a lifetime deal that they could play and guaranteed to be a starter for the entire year. And so we kind of put a little edge in the atmosphere a little bit, and there was a little edge all over practice all week long and everybody, and that'll continue. And so again, obviously we know what we got ahead of us, but we're going to enjoy this tonight and get back in here and take the open week and get these guys going again. We'll have a great plan and against a great football team at their place.
Jake Guillermo got the start at center. What led to that, and did he?
Well, I think the way he practiced.
Yeah.
And I think the way he practiced this week. Very pleased with the way he practiced. I think he took every rep, every snap on Wednesday's practice when it was hot out there, and it was good to see him. I think he's a guy that's worked extremely hard, and hey, ain't nobody signed a lifetime contract.
We now have